And so now I want to talk about this concept of money as energy. And I'm going to put up two people here that you might think would never be in the same room together, but I happen to disagree. So on the top, we have Mr. Grant Cardone, 10X himself. He has this massive private jet. He flies around the world with his wife, Elena, and their two daughters. I love Grant and Elena, by the way. I'm a huge fan of what they talk about, of the energy they're putting out there, of how they're getting everybody to try to 10X, which I think is a great thing. Also, I want to talk about Dan Dapani, who was a Hindu monk for 10 years, spent a lot of time on his own and learning a lot about his own being and his own humanness. They both told me that money is energy. And that's kind of fascinating that the two would actually say that from such different backgrounds. And what does that mean? Well, Grant and I both believe that money is there to be used. You know, and when he was on here last time, he put the money, he took out some money and he stuck it there on his chair. And he said, Brian, what is this? And I was like, well, it looks like euros or money. And he said, this is useless. It's sitting in a piece of paper sitting here on this desk. Without it being used for something, it's useless. And it was a really interesting point. So you could be a millionaire, and if your $1 million is sitting in the bank doing nothing, you might as well be poor because you're not using that money as energy. You're not putting it out there to flow, to invest, to educate, to connect yourself to other humans, to live a more fulfilling life. If you're not doing that, then you might as well be poor. And this whole concept of money as something to flow and to invest is something that I've really been working on the last few years. And when I hang out with people like Grant or even Dan Dapani who say money is really energy, it's so true. And if you look at what we do here at London Real, we constantly pump out and distribute via media and our academy energy. We try to inspire you and transform you is what we're trying to do. Get you to really think about changing your life, becoming a better person, adding value to the world, starting a podcast, starting a business, publicly speaking, changing your lifestyle. I want to pump energy out there into the world. What happens because of that? People send money back to us saying, that was amazing. Here's a small amount of money compared to what you did for me. I mean, for some people, we changed their lives completely. You know, they want to pay us like tens of thousands of dollars. It's like, okay, just give us some money. And we take that money here and I invest it back into resources that create more energy for you. And so we take the money from the London Real Academy, we invest it all back into movies, better cameras, better guests, better staff here that can create better products that can help you get to the next level in your businesses, your podcasts, your speaking careers. So I see money now as not something to be hoarded. I don't think I should take my money and buy a Lamborghini or buy a house, more on that later, or buy a jet. For me, the best use of my money is to keep it flowing. Keep it flowing back into London Real and back into this whole energy process, which gets it back out to you. And that's a really interesting way of thinking about that money. For me, it's not something I want to hold on forever. It's actually not something I want to pass on to my children. I'm not worried that they have to have a lot of money before I leave because I want them to do the same thing I do. I want them to go out in the world and I want them to create value for other people. I want them to make money and then use that money to keep it flowing and create more energy and put it right back into humanity so we can all transform together. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't want to leave my kids money because that might make them not do that. I'm all about getting it moving. And people like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are giving away all of their money right now, giving it to charities. And that's the same kind of idea. Put that energy back out into the world, help people, help charities, and try to get really the world transforming. And that's really what I want to talk about here with this whole concept of money is energy. And it's something to really think about, investing that money and keeping it flowing and keep it moving.